Hey, it's Joel, the 3D printing nerd, and guess what? I've got another Red Bull koozie for you. Promise it's the last one, but so far it's my favorite, and I'm going to tell you all about it. You ready? Go. All right. So one more koozie video, I promise, and then I'll get on to more productive things and make more cool things. But hey, let's get this out of the way. First, you remember my Darth Vader Red Bull koozie. This was my first one, and this was printed in Protopasta's carbon fiber filament, and I loved it. The next koozie that I made for Red Bull was this. This was my Bender Red Bull koozie, printed in Protopasta's stainless steel PLA. And you can see that I've sanded some of it, and it's kind of smooth, and it works great, and I love this one as well. In the video for the Bender Red Bull koozie, I had some people suggest other koozies to make, and one of them was a Groot. And I thought, you know, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Every time it's on one of the pay channels, we put it on the TV and watch it in the background. It's just a fantastic movie, and I thought, what better way to enjoy a Red Bull during the movie than by sipping it out of Groot's head. So first I had to get a Groot model, found that on Thingiverse, and then I needed to bring it into Tinkercad. All right, here we are in Tinkercad, and here's the model for Groot. As you can see, it's got a cylinder in the back, and what I did different with this one than the other koozies is it's in the kind of in the back and the side, and then it's also cut out here. So I created a cylinder, and I put it solid, and then I put it right here in Groot, and then I created the cylinder that kind of makes the hole, but I made it really tall, and so it took out some of the back of Groot, and you can see that the back of Groot's head kind of wraps around the Red Bull can, and that makes it kind of cool. And that was it. I followed the instructions of the other koozie cans I've created, but yeah, this was simple. This was a lot of fun. I like Groot too. Awesome. All right, let's get it into Simplify 3D. Click. All right, here we are in Simplify 3D, and here's the Groot. Groot looks good. You can see here's the cutout from the back of his head and where the can slides in. That looks good. We're going to print it on the Wombot. Let's go over the settings. All right, the layer is going to be 0.2 millimeters tall. The first layer is going to be a little bit taller. I'm going to have 4 top layers. I'm going to have 3 bottom layers, and there's going to be 2 perimeters. I'm going to have a brim at 4 millimeters away from the model. The infill is going to be 15% as defined here. I'm going to generate support material. The support infill is going to be 30%. I'm going to do 1 dense layer, and I'm going to have it be 70%. The bed's at 55. The primary extruder, I'm going to do 201. And for cooling, I'm going to set layer 3 to have it activate at 40%. The rest of this stuff is just fine. Print speed, I'm going to go 55 millimeters per second. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to go to my support thing. I'm going to change this to 4. And I'm going to change this to 60 degrees. And then I'm going to change this to from build plate only. That looks good. I do need to remove this one for the eyeball because it's not needed. Let's rotate around. That looks good. One thing that I did notice about this model, or maybe it was from me or it was from Tinkercad, but there's that bottom cylinder. It didn't export quite right. You can see there's a little bit of shenanigans there. So what you do is you go here and you offset it down 1 millimeter, and that'll make sure the bottom's totally flat. Prepare to print. Simplify 3D is going to take its time and chunk through the model, but it's Simplify 3D, so it doesn't take long at all. Initializing the preview data, parsing G-code. Here it goes. It's coming. But look at that. That looks good. That looks super good. Well, I'm going to save this, and I'm going to send it to the printer. I love Tinkercad. It is so easy to design models and modify models in Tinkercad. I highly suggest you use this application. It's completely and totally free and web-based and awesome. Now I need to take this model and bring it to the 3D printer. For this one, I used my 8-inch Wombot Exilis printer. It's a RepRap style 3D printer made in good old Australia. Be warned though, it was a carnival of failures, and let the time lapse show you. Ready? Time lapse. Yeah, that time lapse kind of sucked, didn't it? So I had some issues. At first, the Wombot was printing in midair, and that's because I had a hellacious nozzle clog that involved some PLA from Colorfabb stuck deep into the machine. I was able to clear that, and I used some wire down the all-metal hot end, and I heated it up, and I forced it through, and that seemed to work. And then I started it again. This time I changed my temperature, and my GoPro kept failing on the time lapse. And then I got my GoPro working, and then it would fail again. So I don't know what's going on there. But in the end, it made it. Look at that. This is a Groot Red Bull Koozie, printed in Colorfabb's bamboo fill PLA. Not too shabby. Full disclosure, I've already tested it out and I've already drank a Red Bull from it, and I'm about to explain to you why. So you'll notice that some of it is sanded down, and that's because when I printed this, I printed it with no retraction. I was having problems with the printer and retraction settings, so I turned off retraction. I also printed this at 201 degrees centigrade at 40% fan speed. Seemed to work pretty well. But here's the kicker. The Groot itself is dimensioned correctly, meaning I used the right dimensions for this hole to fit the Red Bull through, just like I did with Darth Vader and just like I did with Bender. However, I don't know if it's the filament expanding a little bit while I was printing it, or if the Wombot that I haven't really set it to be dimensionally accurate, but, well, here, watch. So here's my can of Red Bull. Now it's empty. I'm gonna put it in. All right, it looks good, right? You have to load it from this end because you can't drink it from here, so. Here's the hard part. And I don't know if it's because there's trapped air in the bottom, or if it's just the constriction because of the filament over expanding, or what, but once you put a Red Bull in here and crack it open, you are committed to that Red Bull because you cannot remove it until you drink it all. Once you drink it all, you squish the sides in a little bit and you pop it out. Don't forget, I mean, if you print this out, then you might have better luck with it. But this is really my favorite little koozie. And it's my third one, and it's my final one for a while, I promise. No more koozies. No more koozies. No more koozies. Look, it's a pop culture koozie family. Aww. Aww. Hey, Sid.
Hi, Daddy.
You ready to end the video? All right. Hey, guys. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to share this video with your friends if you think they might enjoy it. Subscribe if you get the chance. I would really appreciate it, and it would give you a chance to be up to date on cool content I offer in the near future. Ready? As always,
High five.
high five.